It's Thursday night, and it's time to unwrap Las Vegas right here on VANR. That's VegasAllNetRadio.com, which means it's time for Vegas Unwrapped. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Aaron Phillips and Ricky Cash. It's Thursday night, and it's time to unwrap Las Vegas right here on VANR. That's VegasAllNetRadio.com, which means it's time for Vegas Unwrapped. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Aaron Phillips and Ricky Cash.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. We want to thank you for tuning in. I am your co-host, Aaron Phillips. Ricky Cash is here, JPEG is here, and thank goodness Bobcat is back with us in studio after giving us all quite the scare a few weeks ago. Good that we have the whole team back in place, and we do want to thank Big Red Randy Miller for sitting in for Mr. Bobcat last week, but we are back whole, better than ever, coming to you live from the Vegas All Net Radio studios in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, where we had no snow, unlike some parts of the country, has already had snow this year, Mr. Cash. What in God's name do you have to say about that?
That's what happens when you live above 8,000 feet.
I guess so, man. Snow already in some parts of the country, and it's only September 11th, which, of course, September 11th has a whole new meeting, which we'll get to in a little bit. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight, checking out what we got going on here, whether you're on your computer, your laptop, iPad, iPod, your iMacs, who cares, or even on your cell phone with the downloadable apps, which you can check out through Vegas All-Net Radio on your Play Store or your Google Place or your iPod shops or wherever you get any of that stuff nowadays. We thank you for taking us with you. We appreciate a lot going on in the Vegas Unwrapped world nowadays, Mr. Cash. So we are back and better than ever now that Mr. Bobcat is back after scaring the daylights out of us 2 weeks ago.
He certainly did. You know, I mean, the first thing I hear about it is from you sending me a text.
Yep.
They just took Bobcat away in a stretcher.
Yes.
I said, what happened? He win the lotto? You know? I mean, you know, I'm thinking, what's going on around here?
Exactly.
No. And,
Yes.
and you know, look, everybody can get scared of different things that they hear. But when you hear the word aneurysm,
right,
that's enough to pee-pee in the potty.
Yes, that's enough to make you change your underwear.
And miss it.
No question with that. So he's looking good. He's back.
Once a year?
What's that? You're on now.
What does that mean? Once a year?
Exactly.
Aneurysm?
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
An annualism.
Oh, they're going to start in with each other tonight.
An annualism.
This is what we look forward to.
That's right. That's right. Well, here's here's the news for tonight. Depending upon how you want to take it, good or bad. We had a scheduled guest in this first hour. Unfortunately, he is ill and has been rescheduled for next week's show.
That's not what happened.
What's that?
He heard the four of us were going to be on the mic together at
Oh,
the
I
same time.
see. And we scared him away.
He said, I want no part of this week.
Yeah,
Let
absolutely.
me prepare. So he's coming on next week.
Did he have an aneurysm?
Did he what? The mic wasn't on.
Did he have an aneurysm?
No, he did not. Thank goodness. One is enough. But yeah, so here's what's going on. We do have Doing It with Styles coming up later on in the first hour. Of course, celebrity birthdays, dates, and history. Now that Bobcat is back, we can get our competition off and running. JPEG has been studying, so I think we're going to have a three-way race starting this week. And of course, as always, just who knows what we're going to talk about. We got a lot going on in Vegas, and Mr. Cash has been studying the newspaper in pre-show production so that we have some good things to share with y'all out there. We still have show tickets, and I posted this on our Facebook page. By the way, we hit 1560, and I want to thank our newest fan, and I'm going to quickly pull it up here on our Facebook page. Oh, the likes is back up there.
Oh, you have that information.
1560. I want to thank Hall of Fame Jay from Brooklyn, New York, ironically.
All right.
3 hours ago, he joined and got us to 1560, and I put out there for our fan number 1560, they get their choice of 2 tickets, of course, to our shows.
Fabulous.
So I sent him a message, and I'm waiting for a reply, for him to choose his ticket. So, but what I also did on there, on our Facebook page, was I told our listeners to be ready to call in when we call for the contest. So our phone number is 702-483-4444, 702-483-4444. Pick a number, Bobcat. We'll give you the honor since you're back in with us between 1 and 10.
7.
Caller number 7 gets their choice of 2 tickets of either the Beatles show at Planet Hollywood,
That should be about tomorrow at 7:30 at night.
Mark Savard Comedy Hypnosis, or The Mentalist. All right, so
The Mentalist.
yeah, and that's right. John was just there.
Yeah, last week. He's awesome. Awesome show.
You know, when you lean in, you're blocking my camera view. You know that. Your head now is in the way.
Actually, we
What
have
kind of video guy do we have around here?
we had the opportunity on Sandy's show to be on the same show that the Mentalist
Yes,
was
we
there.
met him in person. Yes,
And he put on a little performance that day.
Yes, he
with
did.
some dice that was just amazing.
absolutely.
So yeah, that must be a good show. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
He was also on Millionaire Matchmaker during the season, and that was fun to watch him and see him there. So, but anyway, so we got a lot going on. So caller number 7, Bobcat is diligently watching the phones. Also, too, you know, we put a poll question out there, and although the post reached quite a few people, no one chose to answer as to what their worst date was in Las Vegas and why.
We had more answers that day at the pool when we talked about it.
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, no one will win any tickets for that this week. We'll come up with another question for next week and see what happens.
It's a good idea. I like the idea of poll questions.
Absolutely.
I like
I mean,
that one too. I thought we were going to.
I thought we were gonna have some fun.
I thought we were going to pull out some real juicy tidbits.
So we'll have to come up with another question for next week. So go ahead, sir. So why don't we start off with shout-outs? What we got going on?
Well, we got some people that are out there that listen to us on a regular basis, you know, and the same usual suspects out there. Jay Lee's out in Mount Laurel, and she's happily married now almost a month.
A month already?
Almost a month.
Wow. I know watching
around
her
3 weeks.
I know watching her post, she still hasn't gotten her marriage certificate yet, which is driving her nuts.
Really? Is that what I missed that one?
It'll take a month before she gets her marriage certificate, her posts were saying.
Son of a gun.
Yep.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Lois, of course, my girl out in Charlotte with Mike. And hey, Lois, if you're listening, you know, how come Linda hasn't joined the fan club yet? I expected her to be one of the first.
How come Lois hasn't joined the fan club yet?
Well, that's a little bone of contention with me and her.
Oh.
See, I had promised her a picture way back when, you know, the autograph picture.
Right.
So she says she's holding out until she gets the picture.
Well, I'll tell you what. She joins.
All right.
I'll send her an autographed picture of mine in the package to join.
That's cool.
And we'll give her an extra shirt.
For Mike.
For Mike, yeah. We'll give her one of the Vegas Unwrapped shirts for Mike.
Okay.
You get one of the I Love Ricky Cash shirts for her.
All right.
All right, so we'll put bonuses in the package for you, Lois, if you join and get signed up for the Ricky Cash fan club, which we'll talk about also in a little bit.
We sure will.
Because that thing is smoking right now.
Are you kidding me? Well, we'll talk about that in a
Yeah,
little while.
that is
because
smoking.
We got to tell people how crazy it's really been. Yeah, you know who I haven't heard from? I haven't heard from Bella. How's she doing out there?
You know what? I
Have you been
followed her posts. She seems to be doing fine. You know, she commented on the fan club.
Nice.
So, I mean, she's posting like crazy, so I guess she's doing fine. Bella, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, why don't you give us a call and check in, 702-483-4444. Say hey, say hello, check in with us, see how you're doing.
Brandy, of course, has been a keen supporter.
By the way,
We love Brandy.
speaking of Brandy, we made a donation, and I'm just trying to find the post. I get she's down she's in Louisiana,
Baton Rouge area.
near the Baton Rouge area, and she's helping a military family.
Yeah.
They're collecting stuff.
Yeah, that's
to send
right.
overseas.
I saw what you wrote.
And I told her, because here we go, below a list of items she's collecting for a local charity that provides assistance to military families. They have lost a portion of the funding that covers their supplies. She's also taken non-perishable food items as well, et cetera, et cetera. She listed all the stuff on there.
Right.
So I told her on behalf of Vegas Unwrapped, let's reach out to them. And I told her, I said, go spend $50
worth of stuff.
on behalf of Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. I'll send her a check to reimburse. And she, as we were communicating, timing is everything, because she happened to have been on her way to Walmart to buy.
There you go.
So the check, she knows the check is on the way to her. She'll have it next week from us. And Vegas Unwrapped has reached to Louisiana to help military families there. So
Nice going. Good job.
We continue
Good
to reach
job.
out and help.
Good job on our side for that.
So
Also, I gotta give a little shout out to Janet too. Janet wrote such a nice post on one of my appeals for membership. It was really nice. So we love you, Janet. You are one of the great people that I know. And the comment I made about her is that she has the ability to bounce back from adversity probably better than just about everybody I know. So my hat's off to her. Also, our friend Bill Fry out in
when was he
Massachusetts. Believe me, after he wrote what he wrote, it should be coming in any day.
Yeah, sure.
No, he's cool. I said go Sox on his comment. Hey, come on! I got to do what I have to do, right? It's all about sales.
Oh my God!
Of course, Scott emails me. He says, "So how's the club going?" I said, "It's going great." And he said, "Well," I said, "It's terrific that people can, do this and also help out the community, because I've said on a couple of occasions that we're going to use some of this money that's coming in, after we buy the materials and stuff like that, to give back to the community, do things like, buy food for the homeless, do the safe nest and the shade tree and all the other things." And, so he wanted to know just what we were going to do with some of the money. So that, if you're listening, Scott, that's exactly what we're going to do with some of this money. We want to give back to the community more than just making appearances and stuff like that. So all sorts of good stuff. So our people out there are absolutely terrific. Real good. I feel like I live in the studio. Tuesday night, right?
Tuesday night, we're down the hall.
Right. Wednesday morning. Then Thursday night. That's when we started. We were an hour show in a closet on Maryland Parkway. I mean, really, when you think about it, right?
That's right. We were in that little blue shack.
Wow. And there are so many events and stuff. Did you see that we got invited by what's her name's mom?
Tara Starr's mom
invited us to some big event, right?
Some birthday party.
Do you know about that? Are we going?
I didn't know anything about it until she sent us the message. So I got to get more information from her.
All right. Sometime
in October, I think, if memory serves.
Yeah, and she wanted us to get a table for 10.
Yeah.
Which I think we can do, because we'll nab JPEG and this guy, if he's up to it. The Bobcat. Maybe we can have a little Vegas Unwrapped table.
It's a birthday bash on October 17th, which is a Friday at 6:30, and the venue has yet to be determined.
But if it's
no, I'm just saying
we don't have any details as far as cost or anything like that either, right? Please.
Well, she probably can't do cost until she gets the venue.
Please be a freebie. Please be a freebie. So we're so happy that we're getting the kind of exposure that we were hoping for, but boy, it's tiring at times.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the beast, I guess.
As achieved by us last night. You want to talk about our faux pas?
No.
You sure?
No, go ahead.
All right, well, we did our Sienna with Mike and Chef Mike and Sandy Castell.
Right.
I don't know who had a busier day, they or us, because they had their show in the morning, which I was on. You couldn't make it.
Right.
Then they had a open house, right? Were you at that too, John? Oh my goodness! So they had an open house, and they were with the Grossos. Now they're gazillionaires, right? So they were there, and then they had to go to Sienna in time. Well, we had almost as busy a day, and so when we finally got there at about 7:45, and we were dragging Cammie, who does our camera work. She's had a bad cold all week. My voice is different tonight. It's deeper, which may not be bad, but I've had a cold, and I don't hear myself because it's that bad. And you were kind of dragging yourself because you were running all across the city all day long.
Yep.
Well, by the time we got there, we were just pretty much bushed, and we started our interviews, and as Aaron said, something just didn't feel right. Well, by the time we were finished and we were waiting for T-Rex to finish, not T-Rex.
T-Fox. T-Fox. See, I knew if you were going to start doing that, you were going to start saying that.
Cash is a number one tonight.
Jeez.
And T-Fox is great. He's a tremendous entertainer. And we were interviewing him right before he went on, and we thought we would wait and finish with the interview after he left. After we had to leave because he was on for 45 minutes. Anyway, I got the good word this morning that all of our videos, no voice, no sounds, we lost them all. Oh.
Yeah. So let's just say, let's
professional.
well, the only professional we know is tied up on that same night. That's the problem.
Technical difficulties.
Yes, technical difficulties. The audio, we had a problem and didn't catch it until I uploaded the videos. So, so unfortunately, the 7 or 8 video interviews we did last night will have to be redone. And
we'll be happy to do that. Just call our agent.
Call our people, and we'll call your people.
We'll let you know how much it'll cost you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
yeah, next week we'll probably wind up. Yeah, there's no question about it.
Exactly.
No. Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, I can confirm that Miss Brandy is currently listening down in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
And Miss Janet has also posted out there acknowledging your shout out to her, and she thanks you very much for the kind words.
Well, she's special people.
So we're out there. All right, we're running a little behind. Oh, wait a minute, we got a phone call. I was just going to throw it to our sports desk.
This could be the 7th caller.
It could be. Let's see who it is.
Okay, hold on just a second.
All right, hold on. We got to hold on. Who do we got there on the phone there, Mr. Bobcat?
I don't know, but it's for the Cash himself. Oh, wait, she left. Where you at?
No.
She left. I don't know her. Call us back, man.
All right, call back.
See, the problem, see, it's ringing again.
All right, we're going straight to the phone line this time.
Hi, this is Ricky.
Hi, this is Lois.
Oh boy. Trouble in Paris. Here we go. Trouble in Paris. Hi, Lois.
How are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
Well, let me tell you, we just joined your fan club.
No way.
Yes, we want to know. That's because Anna's still sweetening the pot.
That's
only because still sweetening the pot. But
there you go. Leave it to Aaron Phillips to outdo me on my own portion of my show. I love it.
You want results? That's what happens.
Well, the question wasn't really about you when I first brought it up. It was about Linda,
Yes.
In fact, all the Lindas. You have so many Lindas in your life.
I do. I really do.
But
wait, I have a very important question.
All right.
How long do we have to wait to get our stuff?
Now, that's a great question.
That'll have to be answered offline.
No, but we're figuring between 2 to 4 weeks for delivery because we have ordered the stuff, but now it's going to take a little time to get it from the manufacturers. They just can't believe that we've ordered 5,000 buttons with Ricky's picture on it.
Excuses.
But Lois, here's the good part. The extras that I'm throwing in, I already have them, so you're not going to have to wait for my stuff.
Just make sure the T-shirts are large enough for both of us.
I got extra large. Is that all right? That's all I got left.
No, 2X.
All right, then I'm going to have to special order 2Xs because I only have extra larges left.
Well, I'll tell you something. This group is never going to give us what we get.
Well, it's so nice to hear from you on a Thursday.
Thanks for helping us sell the fan club.
Yeah, that's
accuracy.
great.
We appreciate that.
Well, everybody should join us.
Well, spread the good word. You're a sweetheart, and
have a good show.
We'll get you your stuff. Don't you worry.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. That's my girl Lois.
That's Lois.
Charlotte.
That's Lois. Go figure. She wants shirt sizes different than what I already have in stock.
And believe me, she sure doesn't need a 2X.
Well, maybe she likes room.
And Mike's
like our size.
Yeah, well, he's
smaller.
He could go with a. Probably.
I'll order 2Xs.
2Xs.
All right, before we go to break, we're a little behind. Let's throw it over to the Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk, and Mr. Bobcat's back.
Thank you, guys. Definitely appreciate that. It's good to be back with you all. Yes, I don't like being toted out on a stretcher either. Let's get it started. Hey, it's a big weekend in sports, college football, man. We've got it wrapped up. We'll get tied up into that, but let's get it started because, I'm the racing guy. It's 16 drivers. Winner takes all starting this weekend as the chase begins in Chicagoland. Does Jeff Gordon got it in him? Can we get 5 championships? What about 6-time? Can it be a 7-pack before it's all over with? Or how about Richard Petty's number 43? It all gets started this weekend, everybody. Let's go ahead and get to it. College football right now. BYU on top of Houston. I'm talking on top 23-0 in college. Major League Baseball, the Yankees are down to Tampa Bay 3-0. Pittsburgh's up on top of Philadelphia 1-0. The Mets are taking it hard tonight, Mr. Cash, 4-0 right now. And coming up a little bit later on, we've got the Angels at Texas, Boston at Kansas City. Let me see, we've got Miami and Milwaukee. Right now, this just a final in Cleveland, a winner over Minnesota 8-2. And the Reds are on top of the Redbirds 1-0. Chicago White Sox 1, Oakland Athletics 0. Cleveland a winner today 2-0. And San Francisco Arizona. Next sports break, we'll get you tied up with the top 25 in college and one heck of a pro football schedule all coming up this weekend, guys. Bobcat from the sports desk.
All right. Did you give a score on Baltimore and Pittsburgh? I didn't hear it.
Let me real quickly. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Right now, we are standing 10-6 with 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third, guys. 10-6 Baltimore on top of Pittsburgh.
I thank you, Bobcat. I took the Pittsburgh Steelers place kicker in my fantasy league this week because I knew Pittsburgh and Baltimore always are tough and they're close games. You know who I'm going up against this week in the league?
Who? Him? Oh, really?
So I'm already up.
Hey, before we go to break, I have a question.
Yes.
Is our pool lady listening tonight?
I do not see her online, so we'll have to see what happens. But I don't see her online.
Move that over to the next segment.
Move that to the second hour.
There you go.
All right, when we come back on the other side, we're going to have another caller calling in from Louisiana to give us more details about this charity down there that is getting stuff for the military.
Excellent.
Vegas Unwrapped, coming at you from VegasAllNetRadio.com, Las Vegas, Nevada. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped, the show that unwraps Las Vegas 1 week at a time. And as we like to say, Vegas Unwrapped is Las Vegas radio.
Absolutely.
Or at least we like to say that.
Well,
whether anybody else says it, I don't know.
maybe the billboard up on the strip will say that.
Absolutely.
I'll write him a check. That's another cash.
That's another cash.
The two tonight now.
Exactly. All right, so we're waiting for a call from Miss Brandy. She's going to be calling in and checking in with us on this organization. However, Mr. Cash,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in Vegas right now. Did you know that?
Of course. We unwrap it every week.
I know you do. So, by the way, did you bring in my book that I gave you to do Wednesday segment with Sandy and Mike? The book, the magazine I gave you?
Yes, I did.
Where is it?
It's in my car.
Well, a lot of good that does me when we do Unwrapped Treasures tonight.
That's a good point. Yep, good point. I got distracted.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. By the way, we got another membership during the break.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
I
wow.
just checked the account. We got another membership. So now we got the East Coast checking in with members. So this is what's called vamping, folks, to your caller calls in, which is happening right now. Thank goodness. Because I don't know how much more we could have had. All right, joining us on the line all the way from Louisiana, Agent Brandy. Miss Brandy's on the line with us. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing fine as always here in Las Vegas. What's shaking?
Not much out here. I'm
Not
trying
much.
to not get carried away by the mosquitoes.
How big are they really? Can you saddle them up nowadays?
They're about the size of quarters.
Quarters.
Oh, nice. Can you imagine
These
one?
mutant mosquitoes out here now. I have no idea where they came from, but
Oh
I
my
came back
God.
from Vegas and they had gotten bigger.
Can you imagine one landing on your neck and you smack it and your
blood goes all over the
it's
place.
draining.
Kind of like Men in Black when they kill the aliens and all the goo goes all over the place. That's disgusting.
Terrible.
That's what it's like. That is exactly what it's like.
Oh,
The
my
dog
God.
is afraid of them.
Oh my
The dogs are running from.
Yeah, and you don't have a small dog either. You got some pretty big dogs down there, right?
No, I got rid of all my big dogs. I only have my little schnauzer
Oh, I
Sarge
thought
that
you had
doesn't
the-
like you guys.
I
but
thought
he's
you had the
only
big
men
dogs.
in his house.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. I didn't know that. I thought you had the big dogs.
No. They stayed in Vegas.
Wow.
Okay.
So tell us about what's keeping you busy these days with this little organizational thing you're doing.
Well, what it is, and there's going to be a lot of people in Las Vegas that are familiar with it too, because Nellis Air Force Base actually has one. It's called Airman's Attic. And what it is it is for low-ranking Air Force members as they're getting moved into new places when they just join and things like that. They provide your basic housing needs, some non-perishable food items. They take in donations of dishes, clothing, baby items, things like that for the service members when they first get back, if they don't have anything coming back from a deployment and things of that nature. Like I said, most Air Force bases have one, and there's one right here down the street from where I live. So it's really awesome. I'm there quite a bit, and there are a lot of families that just, in this economy, can't make ends meet. And so this is their way of giving back to people who do so much to keep us free.
Wow, that sounds really, really good. So you say this is around, are they just Air Force bases, or are they all sorts of military bases?
As far as I know, it's just Air Force bases. I don't have that much experience with Army or anything else. I went from here being right next to a large base to Las Vegas, which you guys have one there, and so then back here.
Wow. So it's going real. So So what are you doing? You're buying food and other items that could be used immediately when these folks move in?
Due to the funding cuts, they've lost a lot of their budget for their supplies to keep the place open. They haven't lost their building, but to be able to label things, pack things, move things, even to provide bags for the servicemen to carry their items out with and things of that nature. Funding has gotten cut there, and there are a lot of shortages on things that they need to provide for the families right now. So that's what I am taking donations for, and I'm bringing everything in. Everything is volunteer-based. Nobody gets paid to work there. It is 100% volunteer. There's no money made from this. All of these people volunteer their time.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
it's a great bunch of ladies. And I know Stephanie, the manager at the local, she was so thrilled when I gave her message about you guys sending in the donation for them. She was completely ecstatic, and we're going to get together and see what it is they're most in need of and go out and get what we need for these guys.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Maybe we'll send you some autographed pictures that you can give to her as well as something for them to have. And
Sure.
We do have to reorder some T-shirts. I'm running out, so we'll put some T-shirts together and we'll mail out to you for you to keep, and then also to give out to Stephanie and maybe some of the volunteers down there as well.
Absolutely. I'll see to it they put you guys on the wall so everybody sees you.
We're on the wall. We're going to be on the wall, Cash.
You're going to be on the wall. You're going to be on the important wall.
The important wall.
It's so much nicer to hear that than being on those darn post office walls. I've had enough of that.
You won't have a sign that says most wanted.
I've
Don't
had
worry about
enough
it.
of that,
Yes. Yes,
Ricky
you have.
Cash, you will make the post office wall one more time, I'm sure.
Oh, nice, Brandy.
And that's from a fan club member.
Brandy, you haven't missed a beat. God bless you, girl. That's very well. I want to do something just to make Cash feel at home, so this way we know what he's talking about. Here we go.
Oh, that's just special.
That's for you, Cash.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? They come for you. All right, well, listen.
Now check his blood pressure, Aaron, because that just was not nice.
Don't worry, he's still sitting in the chair. I don't worry about it unless he topples over. So.
Nah, we can't do that.
No.
Brandy, I'll tell you what. We miss the hell out of you out here, though. I got to tell you that. You got to come
you
for
guys every day.
You got to come for a visit.
I do. We just started soccer. The soccer season started today. I'm volunteering with my kids' school on top of everything else. But I'm coming. I can't stay away forever.
That's good.
If nothing else, I have to come back for you too.
Well, you better be coming on a Thursday because we want to have you on the show full time.
Absolutely.
And by the way, publicly, I want to say congratulations on your daily achievements that you've accumulated since you've been down there, if you know what I'm referring to.
We're at 5 months, going on 12 days.
God bless you. Good job, kiddo. We're very proud of you reading that stuff. And I listen.
It's inspirational.
It's inspirational, and we know it's not easy. And the fortitude and wherewithal and the willpower that you've had to stay the course, it's a lifetime battle. But you young lady, we're very proud of you, and just keep it going.
it is a struggle, but having people like you guys in my life, it helps. It's all about the support system that you have.
Well, as long as we make you laugh, that's all we care about.
That helps a lot.
Well, you make us laugh too.
Absolutely.
Except for that last remark. I'm going to have to talk to you about that.
No, I want you to repost that on the Facebook wall.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
As quoted by Brandy.
All right.
All right, kiddo, listen, we'll let you go. Please say hi to Stephanie and her crew from us, and we'll send a care package out your way, so this way you can share some more Vegas Unwrapped goodies with the folks there and yourself, and give your kids a hug for us, all right?
I sure will.
All right, Brandy, thank you, dear.
See you, sweetie.
All right, have a good night, guys.
All right.
Bet.
By the way, as I'm getting goosebumps talking with Brandy, but on another topic, I get a text from Radar, and you know what she's tracking right now, don't you? The Yankees, and she sends me a text. Former Met Chris Young,
Yeah, I know.
hits a 3-run walk-off home run for the Yankees to win tonight, 5-4. She just sent me the text.
Teddy comes into the room tonight, right? And he says to me, "You're not going to believe who's playing left field for the Yankees." I go, "I don't know who." He says, "Chris Young." He said, "I had to turn the set off." He says, "I couldn't bear to watch it."
But Young had a great night the other night. He was like 3 for 4 yesterday.
It's unbelievable.
Now he's got the 3-run walk-off homer tonight. The Yankees can't afford to lose anymore.
No, that's for sure.
But 5-4, so I didn't mean to steal the thunder.
No,
but
that's still-
Radar sent me the text, my girl. So anyway, but great talking with Brandy. She's come through a lot since we've known. We've only known her just a little over a year, and what she's gone through that we know of course, and we only know the surface of it. We don't know everything, but we know enough to know what she's gone through in the last year since we've known her, and for her to be where she is, I mean.
We
A lot of strength.
We have been blessed by getting to meet some very, very strong individual women who have absolutely stood in the face of real adversity,
Right.
and come out stronger on the other side.
Yeah.
Bella Capo, of course, and we talked about Janet before, and now Brandy. And if we go down the list, we could probably give you another 6 or 7 that we've come into contact with. I'll give you a real good one. How about Kathleen Moscow with the back
Yeah,
surgery?
with the back surgeries.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow. You talk about people that have really, literally had to scrape themselves up off the floor, and instead of saying no, I give up, or that kind of thing, no, they're right out there and making it count,
Absolutely.
paying it forward. Good job.
By the way, one piece of news that I'll share with you before we go to our next break. Your boy Tim Tebow was finally signed today. Did you hear about this?
By who?
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America. I thought wasn't he doing the SEC? Isn't he on
Yeah,
the
he's still part of the SEC network, but he will be the top-rated. He's going to be a contributor and will help launch Good Morning America's Motivate Me Monday series, which focuses on stories of triumph from people across the country.
Wow. Well, we could send him 3 or 4, right away. Just
Absolutely.
People we were just talking about.
We should already tell him that we already have this market that he's talking about here cornered. We're doing it with Styles.
Yeah, you bet.
I mean, we don't need Tebow to tell us what's going on. We got JPEG
But
doing
if
it.
he'd like to get information from us, he makes the checks out to Vegas
Exactly.
Unwrapped Productions.
Tebow, give us a call, will you please?
Yeah.
We'll get you hooked up with the right guy.
You ain't
So,
got nothing on us.
That's right. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our next break. What is that? All right, Bobcat, just take us to break with that. Nothing else is needed to be said. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped, the show that unwraps Las Vegas 1 week at a time. Well, not really, when you consider we're on podcast and YouTube now.
We're
We
all
can
over the
unwrap it
place.
anytime anybody wants to.
Yep.
We're scheduled 2 other times during the week. And, of course, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/unwrapped2010. We have about 240 videos up there. And before we go to our next topic, I have to say this. If it wasn't for JPEG 3 weeks ago to tell me to test my internet connection when I was complaining about my upload speed being less than 1 megabyte per second with, and I might as well say it was CenturyLink.
And yet now they're commercial with the escalator.
I know.
Yeah, like
I'd
what
give
the
you
hell's
your
going on?
escalator.
Right.
So it was taking me about an hour for a 3-minute video to get uploaded. And of course, when we do Siennas, I mean, we have 14, 15 videos. So finally, I got switched over to Cox internet service,
Right.
which gave me 5 megabytes upload speed. I uploaded last Sunday's videos. We did 14 video interviews last Sunday at Sienna's. I uploaded them all at the same time and was done in an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow.
Because of Cox Cable and John suggesting I look into it. So thank you, because that has really made my life much easier. Anyway.
Now you can get that second job.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, it's just what he needs.
All right, we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge, of course, as it's been acknowledged all day long, of course, today being September 11th, 13 years ago, the atrocities that happened in New York City at the World Trade Centers, and you really can't turn on the TV.
As well as Washington, D.C.
And Washington, and of course, and the field out in Pennsylvania.
Right.
You can't turn on the TV today without memorials and of course seeing the service down at World Trade Center where they read off the 3,000 names, which they've done every year since. And we put a posting out on our Facebook page to acknowledge the families and their loss and hope that the loved ones are still are still protecting them and watching over them. How would you say, let me ask you guys this question. This is open to everybody here in the studio. Ever since this event in the last 13 years, how has your life changed regarding what took place in New York City and in Washington and in Pennsylvania 13 years ago? How has your life changed, Bobcat?
Well, today alone, my wife jumped on a plane to go to Seattle on 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was a little worried about it. And I said, "Well, considering what happened 13 years ago, this is probably the safest day to fly." But I had a very good friend of mine that used to work, and you guys are from the New York area, know the radio station WFAN.
Yes, the fan.
And I had a very good friend of mine, Alex, who was a reporter for WFAN. He was on the morning and afternoon drives after Imus and whatever, and he worked at Tower Number 1. And his little mobile studio that he had for WFAN was there at his location, and he didn't get out, but a great guy. And it's just crazy out there, guys. It's just crazy.
Yeah. John, anything you want to share with?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. That's fine. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Mr. Cash?
Well, it's I saw the towers go up. I'd like to tell people that.
Right.
Early 70s.
Right. About 74, 75.
Yeah, around there. I
Right.
saw them go up, and they were such a marvel. And I had the opportunity on at least 2 occasions to go to the Windows of the World, which was the restaurant on the top, and looking out. And, on a clear day, you could see all the way out to Long Island. You could see all the way to Linden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
You could see all the way up past the Tappan Zee and all the way up there, and it took so long to go up, and yet it came down so
quick.
damn fast. And I think more so than the planes hitting the buildings, which I saw so many times, I think the moment of complete utter disbelief was watching those buildings come down. And I don't think I'll ever forget that image as long as I live.
I mean, it's one of those lifetime events, and they're far and few between, at least hopefully in one's lifetime, that you know where you are, you know where you were, you know what you were doing at that time. I'm not going to share it because it's not necessary to share the details, but I know exactly what I was doing when I turned on the television to see just the first plane hit.
And it was, for us, that was very early in the morning.
Right, it was about 6 o'clock in the morning.
5:45.
I was at I was in Kansas City, and Miss Bobcat was on her way to work, and I woke up and the TV was playing, and there was a smoke billowing, and she said, "Did you see what happened?" And I go, "What?" And I turned to look at the TV, and bang, building number 2, and I was like, "What the H-E, what going on?"
And I remember my wife, Robin, was getting ready to go to work. She was still upstairs, and I remember yelling up to her, almost relatively calm, "You're not going to believe what just happened. Just turn on the news. A plane crashed into one of the towers." And at that point, there really wasn't a whole lot of talk of terrorism as much as it was.
They thought it was a small
pilot error or something.
engine plane.
Something went awry. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, I guess it was, the second one hit. And that's when, for me, the disbelief started falling in line, because I remember driving to work that day, listening to the ongoing news reports on the radio as they're describing what was going on, and listening to the descriptions, because of course on radio it's all about description, to put the vision in someone's head, that I had going through my head listening to the description of how the towers were beginning to crumble and come down, especially tower number 2, was just something that that and the space shuttle blowing up were the two major, and you could probably add JFK's assassination into that for you.
Without a doubt.
You know, I was...
Bobby's too.
I mean, I was barely born when that stuff happened, but, you know, it's just one of those handful of lifetime of opportunities or events, I should say,
life-defining moments.
that you know where you are, that changed the course of history, because normal in our country was redefined that day when things were trying to, quote-unquote, get back to normal, and we all had to figure out what our new normal was. Because our normal today is not what it was, you know, September 10th, 13 years ago, as to what it is today.
It had been 70 years since the United States was attacked on its own soil. 70 years. And never, well, I shouldn't say never, but since the Civil War, it's never been attacked on American soil within the 48 states.
Right.
Or at the time, it was 48, but, you know, 9/11 is just, I guess what disturbs me most, I mean, I love the way the country came together. That was great. But I guess and finally, the soldiers and the sailors and the Air Force and all the military finally got the respect it deserved. And the police and the fire and the first responders and all of those people got what I felt was long overdue just adulation, right? But the thing that disturbed me the most was how short it was. That afterwards, 6 months later, I counted here in Vegas, 6 months later, all the flags were off the cars, the flags were out of the houses, and if you cut somebody off on the freeway, you got the finger again. But it didn't happen for the first 6 months after 9/11. And it's a shame that it takes something like that to bring people together.
Absolutely.
It's just a shame.
Let's end this by simply saying, God bless all those who suffered a loss. May your loved ones continue to look over you and your family. We were all affected by September 11th to some degree, but none more than the 3,000 families that were affected at the World Trade Center, the people that lost their lives at the Pentagon, and of course, those who lost their lives protecting our country, and the White House, who downed that plane into Pennsylvania Field. Let's Roll became a whole new fight song across the country because of that plane. We will never forget, and we want to thank our servicemen and women who are out there continuing to fight for our freedom. We hope that everybody comes home safe and sound, and the world will continue to be a safe place.
No question about it. One last thing too. So many people that helped in the search and rescue and recovery, and all of those that are now, sick and not doing well. Those people, what can you say? Godspeed and somehow recover from this disaster that took place 13 years ago today.
All right, with that, we're going to go to our break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to put JPEG in front of the camera. Time for Doing It in Styles on Vegas Unwrapped. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. This first hour is flying by.
Zoom.
Oh, by the way, Baltimore now 23-6.
Wow.
I just need Squeeze in to score some more points. All right. You know what it's time for, don't you?
It's time for that newest and latest and greatest segment on Vegas Unwrapped.
Yeah, you're just saying that. Now let's bring to the front of the camera.
Why not?
The man from behind the camera, our beloved JPEG, John Styles, doing it in Styles, a brand new segment that we unveiled last week. And we welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We be good.
And just for the record,
Yes.
it's doing it with Styles. Doing it in Styles.
Doing it with Styles.
Yeah, because
I knew that.
Somebody might get arrested otherwise.
I was just checking to see if you were listening.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So as soon as we get our music queued up there,
we
Mr.
have
Bobcat.
music?
I got music. I don't have it. I don't have
like
it.
it.
They brought it up on YouTube last time for me.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me what. No one said to it, but I missed something on the cue sheet here. I guess I
The
did.
left-hand column.
The left hand. Oh, okay. Yes.
I may be rethinking what I've...
Don't take me but a second here. I can do this. Well,
That's all. If you want to,
Yeah, while you're doing that...
let's recap what this is all about.
Since you weren't here last week, Bobcat, taking some time off. Last week was our first ever Doing It with Styles segment. And basically what Doing It with Styles is it could be a person, place, or thing that is exceptional or eclectic or just, whatever. So last week was the first one that I gave out.
Yes, and by the way, it's receiving great reviews on Facebook, our YouTube channel.
Yes.
For what you're doing with this in recognizing whatever groups you select.
I got some great stuff coming up in the future.
Great.
It's really good. Tonight, first off, I actually have a twofer tonight. Kind of a little extra left over from last week. But first, my Doing It with Styles this week, since we were talking about September 11th, is actually going to the first responders on 9/11 in New York. And as part of that group, there's been a lot of memorials and things going on today, and to honor these people. But there's a little known segment that I want to give the award to this week, and that is the dogs that were used to find the bodies and help the first responders. After 13 years, they have finally this week gotten some recognition for what they did. So this week's Doing It with Styles, no disrespect to anybody else, but I think that these dogs finally get some recognition. So
amen.
They all
Congratulations.
get an extra milk bone.
Absolutely. They get the golden key to the hydrants.
That's right. Wow.
That's right.
As the second part, which is left over from last week.
Wait a minute. I have something to acknowledge the dogs.
Oh, good.
Here we go.
You mean my barking wasn't good enough for you?
No.
Mine was much better.
Come on. That sounds like your stomach at lunchtime.
No, okay, that's like both of us after the Chinese buffet.
Yes. All right, sorry about that. I thought it would have been better to acknowledge the dogs,
I know.
but sorry.
So you didn't get a chance to listen to the show last week, Bobcat. So you're not aware that the first ever on-air Doing It with Styles award went to Phillips and Cash of Vegas All Net Radio. And as a part of that team, you, sir, also get the Doing It with Styles award.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. And the crowd. I wanted to get a good Robin Williams, and the applause meters go crazy.
But we appreciate everything you do, and you're part of the group. And like I said last week, these guys do a lot for the community, and I know that you do as well. It's an honor to work with you.
You guys, we have a lot of fun, and it's,
yes, we do.
You know, I've been doing this 20 years, and people say, "Why did you get old?" Yeah, I am old, and I'm almost as old as Ricky. Anyhow,
nobody's that old. God is not even that old.
You know, and I've had jobs that you make more money at, but I really, really love coming to work.
You get paid for this?
Yes, I do get paid.
Oh man,
he gets paid,
guys.
What does he get paid?
Weekly.
Very weekly. Don't know about all that, but anyhow. No, a great group here, and thank you very much. It's always look forward to it. And I wanted you guys to notice this is the second out of 3 weeks that I have my brand new Vegas Unwrapped T-shirt.
That's right.
Yeah, that was from the famous throw out the first ball or roll out the first ball, depending on your perspective.
and
falling off the mountain.
I would like to add one more thing about
this. It's your segment.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's 23-6 Baltimore.
You can also go to my Facebook page, Doing It with Styles, and that's DOIN with Styles, and see some of the other awards that I've given out and will continue to give out. So sometimes it's 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes it's once a week, but I think that you guys are going to enjoy the ones coming up in the future here. So thank you very much for the opportunity and helping me get the word out for all these people, places, and things that do it with Styles.
I want you to know that my award, which looks very similar to that, is hanging up on my wall of fame in my room, and I look at it every day, and I said, he's got to be kidding me.
Covering up a hole in the wall or something? Or?
I haven't hit a wall in years.
Actually, you know what? I wish I could. I've been struggling trying to find all the autographed pictures I used to have in the old house. Remember in the man cave over the fireplace? Sure. I can't find what I did with them because I went out and I bought the cork boards, the 2x4 roll, and I have it plastered on my walls. I got plenty of them. Right now, I only have 3 up there. The picture of you and I from Relay.
Right.
The award from last week, and one previous picture of us in studio that someone took just of me on the shot. So I have that up, but I can't find my other autographed pictures. I've been turning my office and house and garage upside down. I got so many of them over the years, and I can't find them. But this one is certainly prominently displayed all by itself.
Yes, it is.
And again, we thank you for that. And many of the comments about not only the segment, but acknowledging how you acknowledged us, many people are acknowledging and thanking us for doing what we do. And you know, it is what it is. We do it because we care to and choose to, not because we have to or whatever. We do it because we want to. And for us to, you know, really the first time with Brandy reaching out outside of the local area and helping those folks down in Louisiana is really, I think, the first time we've gone outside the local area to help.
Right.
Well, who else? Oh, the kid from Georgia.
Right. The hockey with the hockey.
McMahon.
Right.
Why am I blanking on his name?
Kyle.
Connor.
That's it.
Right.
Yes.
That was a nice thing we did.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Has anybody stayed in touch with that little boy? How's he doing?
I follow his posts. He just came out of another round of chemo. He had a bout of migraines and stuff as well that they were trying to figure out, but he's back in school and everything seems to be good. So, all right, John, good job, sir.
Back behind the camera.
Back behind the camera.
All right.
Go back to your room. Thanks, John. Good job, buddy. All right, that does it for hour number 1 already, Mr. Cash.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun.
You know what that means for hour number 2, don't you?
Downhill from
Downhill from here. You better put your seatbelts on and get ready to fly.
Have you studied today?
No.
You have not studied.
Nothing, no.
Oh, could it be 2 out of 3 weeks in a row? I whip you good.
By the way, remind me in the second hour after we're done with that, I have to share my road rage story that I shared with you the other day.
That's a special one.
How's that one?
People did you kill?
I didn't kill anybody. I thought I was going to get killed.
I'm going to go fill up the water.
All right. Vegas Unwrapped, hour number 1 in the books. Phillips and Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera, and you, the listener, hour number 2 coming right up, right after this.
What you say, I will defend to the death your right to say it. This is Vegas All Net Radio, the final frontier of free speech.
All right, welcome back, hour number 2.
Vegas Unwrapped.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Give us a call at 702-483-4444. Get some show tickets.
I'm discussing the membership with Scott for the fan club.
Yeah,
so.
where is his...
Well, he and I are going back and forth about that right now. So
yeah.
Well, don't look in the paper for birthdays.
No, I'm not. I'm looking in the paper for upcoming treasures.
Well, how can you do that when we're going to do birthdays now?
I can multitask.
No, you can't. Besides, we're not doing Unwrapped Treasures anymore. It was in the first hour. And we don't have that.
Oops.
I'm glad I give him a production sheet.
You know, he used to go to the meetings.
I know. Now it's just John and I. He's just there in body. You know. So.
You know what, John? I think you need to take him back down to New York Pizzeria and a pasta and load him up full of them garlic nuts. Because when he was sucking them garlic nuts, buddy, he was right on the thing.
I know.
I love those things too.
All right, if you're celebrating a birthday today, September 11th, we want to wish you a happy birthday from all of us at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio, and you're celebrating a birthday with these people. All in one breath. Oh. All right, here we go. All 3 of you in on this? Your board's still right there.
Hold on just a second. Let me grab my pad paper.
It's right there. You got one right there.
What about your scoreboard?
That's what he's doing.
Right.
Well, you know, that aneurysm affected more than just his
I
head.
guess so. I'll tell you what.
The damn go-kart race is coming up. I'm telling you right now.
He's using his right hand now instead of his left hand.
Here we go.
Number 1. Wait a second here. Wait a second.
All right, he's got.
Are you in on this tonight, JPEG?
John's in it.
Of course he is.
I didn't get a chance to cheat.
No, JPEG's in there. He's in there.
He's in there.
Why don't you grab the mic and let's grab the loose mic there.
There you go.
Here we go. First one, Tyler Hoechlin. He played Derek Hale on Teen Wolf and was also Jerry in Hall Pass. How old is Tyler? Mr. Cash.
I don't even have a clue who he even is.
You usually do better when you don't know who they are.
Did he play the father in Teen Wolf?
No.
Oh, God.
Teen Wolf?
20 Wolf.
27.
27.
30.
He is 27 years old.
He is 27 years old today. Not bad for a guy who didn't know who he was.
There he goes.
All right, rapper Ludacris is how old?
God.
Or as Mike Tyson would say, Ludacris.
Ludacris?
Is he related to T-Rex?
Ludacris?
Ludacris, 31.
31. 42.
37.
37 would be the correct answer, Mr.
I
Bobcat.
studied today, buddies.
There you go.
This used to be fun when I was the only one that looked him up.
Harry Connick Jr.
Wow.
Married to Victoria's Secret supermodel Jill Goodacre. Former Victoria's Secret supermodel.
With the wings.
Harry Connick Jr. is like 47.
47 says Mr. Cash. 44 says JPEG.
He's right.
47, he is correct. Mr. Connick.
I studied today. I'm watching today.
I did not study.
I know you didn't.
2-1.
Okay, rocker Moby is turning how old? Who?
Moby Dick?
Yeah, well, if you want to.
No, thanks. I'm trying to quit.
Trying to cut back.
51.
51. 44.
He's 46.
He's 49. Actress Virginia Madsen.
Michael Madsen's sister.
That is correct.
I love Virginia Madsen. Oh, my goodness.
She was in Sideways.
She's been in a lot of things.
Yes. He does a lot of nude scenes too, apparently.
Thank you.
Yeah. Check, please.
55.
55.
53.
53.
51.
JPEG breaks through. 53 is the correct answer. Actor Scott Patterson from the Gilmore Girls is turning how old?
Never watched the show.
Never seen that. Scott Patterson.
I'll say 59.
59.
44.
He's smart as 44.
JPEG, you got to follow the trend and how the dates are going.
He's not looking up right now, is he?
No, he's not.
38.
38. Who said? What did you say?
59.
59. 56 would be the correct answer. However, former child star Christy McNichol. Remember Christy McNichol?
Yeah.
I had a crush on her.
Did you really?
Now she's out of the scene.
Did she have red hair then?
Yes, she did. I think.
There you go. What a surprise.
Yes. How old is Christy McNichol?
60.
60.
61.
61.
58.
52 would be the correct answer.
He went down on us.
I just go in the order that they're here.
Yeah.
Amy Madigan. She played Kevin Costner's wife in Field of Dreams and many other roles as well.
Yeah, she also played the soldier in Streets of Fire.
And she was in Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Played John Candy's girlfriend.
She didn't age well either. She's got all these wrinkles and crap.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
I was going to say.
See, I'm sorry. You left yourself open to that. I knew these guys wouldn't do it.
I mean, you know.
She didn't age well. Come on. Look at Sophia Loren.
She's dead, isn't she?
No.
Oh,
63.
63.
61.
61.
64.
64 would be the correct answer.
Oh, the cat comes back again.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Don't excite yourself, Cat. The stretch is not on call.
Where's Chef Michael at?
Brian De Palma, director of Mission Impossible, plus Carlito's Way, The Untouchables, Wise Guy, and Scarface.
He directed Scarface?
Yeah,
Brian
he
De
did.
Palma.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's right. He's been around a while. Go ahead, Mr. Cash.
73.
70.
70.
I was going to say 73, but I'll take it up one. I'll go 74.
Bobcat is right. It's 74.
Oh, man.
He takes it up one. Unbelievable.
Last one for birthdays, at least of alive people. Earl Holliman. From Policewoman with Angie Dickinson.
Earl, he is still alive.
Is he actually still alive?
According to the information I have.
We should do that with Perez on Dead or Alive. Earl Holliman, my goodness.
According to this,
He was like the sidekick to Angie.
He was
the captain, wasn't he?
He was also in a great Western or war show before that. 74.
74.
71.
71.
76.
86 would be
That old?
No wonder why you all thought he was dead.
Loving less tonight, ain't you guys?
You want a bonus question?
Well, yeah, more power to you, Bobcat.
All right. I'll give you a bonus. Bobcat won the regular round 3-2. JPEG scored at 1, so he got on the board. But here's an extra bonus. Tom Landry, who of course we know passed away.
Yes.
Tell me the year he passed away.
Oh, man. Man, if I don't get this, Miss Bobcat is going to roast.
By the way, special shout out to everybody in Seattle. You said great that the family's listening in. Hello, Seattle.
Yeah.
Sleepless. They're not sleepless in Seattle.
Don't forget
It might be after they listen to this show.
Don't forget Tacoma.
Oh, it's
That's where my brother lives.
okay. Tacoma. We say hello to Tacoma as well.
Suck on the margaritas tonight. Tom Landry, if he was still alive today, would be 93 years old.
What year did he pass?
Oh, what year?
Because I didn't calculate the age.
Man.
I'm going to say 1993.
Okay.
I'll go 95.
Yeah, you're not
96.
You're not a big sports guy, right? What?
What the hell was that?
I don't know. He's Charlie Brown's teacher coming to the studio.
He's chewing it with Styles.
Tom Landry passed away in 2000.
Wow.
February 12th. Was born, today would be his birthday. He was born September 11th, 1924. Wow. So what would that have made him? 76 when he passed away.
Old guy.
So.
Great coach.
All right. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, in the same file that I use, the only history date that they have for today is, of course, September 11th action. So what I'm going to do is really mess you guys up and go to some dates in history for September 10th. Just for some fun.
Okay.
Just so that we can still do some dates in history. Maybe if there's somebody worthwhile on this list here, I could even give you their birth. You know, Randy Johnson turned 51 yesterday.
Wow.
The pitcher? The pitcher, yeah. I didn't know that. Wow. All right, here we go. Some dates in history. What year did TV show Gunsmoke make its debut?
1959.
1959, says Mr. Cash.
1957.
57.
55.
55 would be the correct answer.
That was just a guess, I swear to God.
He's now you know what it's like when you guess all the time, Mr. Cash. What year 20 black students walked into public schools in Birmingham, Alabama, and Tuskegee, Alabama, Mobile, and Tuskegee, Alabama after a standoff between the National Guard and Governor George Wallace? What year in history did that happen, Mr. Cash? This should be right up your alley.
I know when it was.
Okay. When was it?
1963.
Okay. You agree?
He's right, yeah.
I was going to say 64, but okay.
63 would be the correct answer. All right. What year? Here's a sports question. Deion Sanders, a man who never disliked a mirror in his life, made sports history this year. On September 6th of this year, Deion hit a home run for the New York Yankees. Then 4 days later...
He played for the Yankees?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. A little bit, right.
On this day, September 10th of that same year, he ran a punt back 68 yards to score a touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. Wow. What year did he do that 4 days apart, Mr. Cash?
2000.
98.
I'll go 1996.
1989, however, would be the correct
89,
answer.
that long before.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Let's see. Last one. President Clinton, what year? Met with members of his cabinet to apologize, ask for forgiveness, and promise to improve as a person. And God help me, I'm going to read this the way it's written since we're in the second hour. To improve as a person after he finally admitted to thrusting his engorged junk at the face and esophagus of a Monica Lewinsky. Folks, I'm telling you, that's how it's written here on the website that I use.
They actually said junk.
Yes, God is my witness and my mother's soul. I read it as it is written here.
Is that on the congressional record?
Yes.
And if you're lying, there's no more bagels and locks, right?
No, that's right. That's right. If I'm lying, no bagels and locks for the next week for me.
I'm going to say.
You'll never think of esophagus again in the same way.
I'm going to say 1996.
98.
I think he's right. 98.
All right.
I'm not even.
You better not
say 97 and be right.
97.
98 is the correct answer. Mercifully, that is the last one. I can't do any worse than that question. Oh, my goodness gracious. We really went downhill on that last one.
Can you repeat that again one more time?
Can I? Yes.
Yeah, read it one more time.
I want to see it on tape.
Why? Well, you'll see it the first time on tape.
Yeah, but I want to see it the second time.
All right,
I'll loop it. I'll put it on a loop.
We'll put it on. Great. Do a little rap music to it, right?
For 5 minutes, yeah.
There you go. Esophagus and face. Here we go. You ready? I'll do it again real quickly. One more time. President Clinton met with members of his cabinet to apologize, ask forgiveness, and promise to improve as a person after he finally admitted to, quote, thrusting his engorged junk at the face and esophagus of Monica Lewinsky. And you heard it here first on Vegas Unwrapped.
And you heard it second as well.
We should end the show now.
Right. Can't get any worse than that, right? Well, the good news is second, third on re-airs and podcasts. People will hear it as long as they want to.
But everybody sort of left out the main thing. Whatever the hell happened to the cigar?
Go, take a break.
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, Bobcat, JPEG. We'll take a quick break. The second hour is underway. Strap in. Hold on tight, everybody.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Now that the studio has cooled off after that little birthday tidbit or dates in history, we appreciate you taking time to be with us. All right, I have a story to share, Mr. Cash.
Yeah.
I actually shared it with you earlier in the week because it kind of unnerved me a little bit. But
it certainly wasn't like you at all. At least not the Aaron Phillips that I know.
No, but you also know. Okay, because unfortunately, we both are this way. It takes a little bit to cook the stove.
That is quite true.
And a family friend back east said to me one time, this was when my mom was sick and things were kind of getting a little rough around that time, and he said, Aaron, he says, I wouldn't want to be within 100 miles of you the day that you explode all over the place.
I remember him putting a fist through a bathroom wall at the Grandview back in the day. That was the last
tiled wall, no less.
That was the last bit of real anger that I saw.
Yes, that was a tiled wall too. So
that had to hurt.
Actually, it didn't. It made a hell of a sound though. But road rage today is becoming an issue. I think we would all fairly say, and crazy stories. People
almost a sport.
Almost a sport, right? People getting out of their cars, and you got people shooting guns at each other and everything else. Well, I forgot what day it was early this week. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I'm driving home from an appointment,
Wait. Didn't Mr. Stewart teach us not to get out of the car?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
really.
Right. Yeah, really. Jeez.
Sorry.
No, but
it's a good point based on what you're about to hear.
I'm driving west on Gowan between Buffalo and Cheyenne. You know where that is because it's up near us. And there's an elementary school there as you're heading west, just as you're approaching Cimarron, which is the four-way intersection before you hit Durango heading west. Okay? So I come to the stop. There's an SUV opposite me. We're both getting ready to go straight. It was a female driver on the other side. All of a sudden, heading north on Cimarron, coming to Gowan, this white four-door sedan, I would say it was probably a Ford, maybe a Ford Taurus of an older year, comes careening through the four-way stop. The driver's on a phone making the left. Okay? I lay on my horn to wake up the driver. Happened to be a guy, and he's still talking on his phone. So we let him clear the intersection, and as the other driver and I sort of pass each other, we're both kind of looking at each other, nodding our head kind of in disbelief. All right. So as I'm continuing towards Durango, that white Ford, as he's approaching the street that he's about to make his right-hand turn on, decides to stop on Gowan before making the right, and as I'm passing by, I look over and he's giving me the one-finger salute.
The nerve of him.
And I'm yelling in my car, and I start rolling down my window, and I didn't say anything, but I chose, because I was watching him in my rearview mirror, he never made the right turn as he was watching me. I don't know what got into me, but I was probably 50 yards ahead of him when I decided, to hell with this, I'm pulling over. And I'm looking out in my rearview mirror, and I see his car door opening. And so I said, Well, I'm not going to be silly enough to drive back there or start walking towards him. So I get out of the car.
Not because he could reach into his glove compartment and shoot you.
Right. I figure 50 yards away, maybe I got a better chance if he does have a weapon, you know? So he comes out of his car with his hands up like, what? You know, kind of ready to face off. And I yelled back at him. I said, I want you to know you blew through an effing four-way stop while you were on your cell phone, and I was late on my horn to wake you up to let you know what you were doing. And he looks back at me as I'm doing this. He looks back over his shoulder towards the intersection. Took about 10 seconds, and he turned back around and he put up his hands and he said, I'm sorry. No problem. Got back in his car. I got back into my car. We all drove off peacefully. Of course, I had to change my underwear when I got home. God only knows, what'd you think about going? But I could not believe, this guy was in the wrong. And I think that's what pissed me off, why I had to pull over. He was in the wrong. And he threw me the bird. Okay, because I honked at him to wake his ass up while he was driving. He had the cell phone up to his right ear. He comes careening out of that left, heading north on Cimarron. It's a four-way stop right by the school there, and he blames me by giving me the finger.
He could have wiped out that car that was coming in the opposite direction of you.
Yeah, the one that was heading on the eastbound side.
Because if she would have gone through through and just drove, he would have T-boned her.
Absolutely. Or she would have T-boned him, or they would have clipped for sure. But he threw me the finger, and he was the guy that was wrong, and I think that's what pissed me off, what made me think about stopping. I was smart enough not to turn around and get close to him and just stay our distance. It was like a showdown at the OK Corral. I heard the Western whistles in the back of my head, so. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I had to share that because normally I don't do that. He's right. I'll just, let it go. I'll smile back. But this one, he's the guy that careened through it, and I got flipped the bird like I was the guy that did something wrong.
Well, that says something about the communication here in Las Vegas, because if you remember, what's it been now, 2 years since they outlawed handheld phones in the car? Mm-hmm. And I don't know that anyone in Las Vegas has gotten that message.
Right.
I see it all the time. I see people driving around, not paying attention, talking on the phone. So
yeah, I have my cordless headset in my car when I know I've got phone calls coming in or I have to make a call. I have my cordless headset. I have to admit I'm guilty when I'm at a stoplight. I'll look at a quick text if I have the time to reply to it at a stoplight, which you're not supposed to do.
You can get a ticket for that.
I know. Yeah. You're not, as the driver, you're not supposed to even do that. But you know what the funny thing is? You know how many police cars I see at stoplights doing the same thing?
Wait, they've got computers in their car with a screen and everything. Right. And you see them driving down the street and playing with their computers and playing Candy Crush and all that other.
Yeah, they're looking to find me.
They're looking. Yeah. Where's the cop songs? So I just wanted to share that because it was just an interesting story that this guy was in the wrong, flips me off, and I was compelled enough to stop and wake the guy up and let him know what he did, and he actually was apologetic, even from 50 yards away. He put his hand up when he turned back around and saw that I was right. And he's like, okay, man, you got me. Sorry, let's go.
Restores your faith a little bit.
A little bit. But it is what it is.
Will it stop him from the next street corner?
Probably not.
Yeah.
So, are we interrupting your reading schedule?
No, I'm looking for stories.
I was just going to say,
in the sports
section? Has he forgotten that he's being filmed?
I guess not.
I'm looking for major stories to talk about before we hit weird
in the
news.
Sports section.
Well, you never know.
This isn't Raw Power Sports. It airs Tuesday nights on KLAV from 6 to 8 p.m.
You never know when there's a story like Ray Rice out there.
Don't get me started on that.
We'll save that as part of the weird news intro. How's that? We still have a few minutes. Let's talk about the fan club.
Wow.
Talk about the fan club.
We started, and of course, you missed that last week, Bobcat, and we were really disappointed that you couldn't be there for the announcement that was made by the president of the fan club, my buddy that started this whole thing.
President Ted.
And he was in here, and we had a lot of fun with it. And believe it or not, we put some posts out on Facebook. We boosted the posts. How many views did we have?
Over 5,000.
Over 5,000 views. And believe it or not, we have gotten a very, very nice opening week response. We have members, and you're not going to believe this, we have members already from outside the U.S.
Okay, so now what is entitled to this fan club?
Well, the fan club, you have three. You have to go to VegasUnwrapped.net.
Okay.
Go to the Ricky Cash fan club page, and you will see the 3 different types of memberships:
3 levels.
gold,
Platinum,
and
diamond.
I'm a diamond.
That's right. JPEG is a diamond.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Don't they got an old fart division in there for me or something?
We don't take ARP. Sorry.
And we're giving out a lot of paraphernalia, including membership cards, buttons with Ricky Cash's picture on it, shirts, show tickets.
Well, that's for the diamond membership.
Yeah, and
that's right.
And of course, Vegas Unwrapped pens, and a number of different things. And of course, much of this money is going to be used to subsidize Phillips and Cash. No. In reality,
it does come out.
In reality, we talked about this when it first came out, and we are giving back to the community by appearances and stuff like that. But there are more things that we would like to do to contribute financially. The perfect case in point is the $50 that we're sending Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
That would come right out of the fan club stuff.
Right.
And this is the
Still in my pocket.
Yeah. No, seriously. And we hope that everybody out there takes this for what it's worth. Yeah, it's Ricky's Ricky. Okay, we all get that. But we also want to make sure that the other side comes out as well, the one that really wants to help out the community and become part of everything that we do out there.
That's a good thing.
So,
and memberships are available, can be paid through PayPal, really easy and convenient.
Yeah, either PayPal or you can use your, debit or credit card.
Through PayPal.
You just,
cash. We'll take cash.
We'll take it if it's local.
Okay.
You have to go to www.vegasunwrapped.net, and now, because of Mr. Phillips putting the backstory on the Ricky Cash fan club page, you could see what inspired this, and it really came across very well. I have to tell you, it was also part of my Sunday Night Live, but it looked so much better on the fan page. I have to tell you, guys, I thought it was really great, and we hope it goes viral. For crying out loud, why not?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Ricky Cash is such a lovable guy.
Well,
Who wouldn't want to support Ricky
that
Cash?
cuddle teddy bear.
Yeah.
Look at it on the Facebook here.
Yep.
You know that Mrs. Bobcat went to Seattle.
Yes.
Look at this. I mean, she's on a vacation sucking beers and everything else.
Look at that.
Yeah, she might get drunk enough to join the club.
That moonshine.
No, they're drinking. It says here that they were at the Chuck Shop. I don't know what this must be a brewery or a microbrew there, but it is a Chuck Shop, and Mom has had a cider. Yeah, look at that face on her. Looks like she's had this cider.
Her cheeks are rosy. You can even see that here.
Buddy, when you get down to the second line, we're tapping into those pumpkin beers and fruit passion ales.
I don't know. It looks like the giant, those old mason
jars.
Yeah, but that's the biggest mason jar I've ever seen. Good job.
I ain't seen a jar like that since North Carolina, man.
That's a mason bucket she's got in there.
Well
comes
done.
with a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
She's having a good time.
All right, Mr. Cash, you know what it's time for?
It's time to
Take another break.
Yes. By the way, when you join the club, tell your friends. Post it or share it.
Absolutely.
Post it on Facebook. Let's make this a real deal.
That's right.
Thank you.
Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio is our Facebook page, VegasUnwrapped.net. Look for the Ricky Cash Fan Club tab on the website for all the information. Don't be left out. Don't be the last one on your block being left out of the fan club. We'll be back with more right after this.
You said that seriously.
Vegas Unwrapped.
We promise no dead air here on Vegas Unwrapped.
Hey, by the way, I want to give a shout out, and if folks have been following our YouTube videos from Sienna's, Gigi Ullman, I want to give her a shout out.
Gigi
Ullman. She is the proprietor of a website called LeroyNeimanGallery.com. And for anybody that knows even remotely sports, he's passed away now, of course, but he's renowned for his portraits.
quintessential sports artist of our generation.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And she only deals with originals, authentic original paintings, not copies, not Photoshop stuff, whatever.
Not little prints. No.
We're talking the original stuff that he painted. We're talking values of six figures.
Easily.
Okay.
Very rarely can you find one that's under six figures.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Website is Leroy Neiman, Neiman, gallery.com. Her phone number is 702-222-2221. If you're interested in buying, or if you happen to have one, I know she's interested in buying from you. They're going up in price, almost doubling in value from what she shared with us last night.
Unbelievable. It's quite an investment, and it's something that you can relate to. If you're a sports fan, guy or gal, right? Mm-hmm. Some of these paintings are just absolutely remarkable. He did some, I remember, price fighting is one of his absolute major things. Mm-hmm. And I remember one he did with Tyson that was just, you got the essence of the power that he had at the time. He looked like king of the world. I'm telling you, it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. It was, because
absolutely.
You thought he would never be beaten, ever.
Absolutely. So check it out. And the reason I want to give her a shout out is because she's been hopefully she'll be a advertiser with us in the coming months. But what she's doing is she's helping us behind the scenes with some things.
Yep.
Helping us with stuff when we do our Sienna videos and whatnot. And she's actually sponsoring and purchasing for us our Step and Repeat banner,
which is something that we've needed for years.
Yes, and she's going to be the sponsor for helping us to obtain that, so we want to thank you, Gigi. Leroy Neiman Gallery.com is the website. All right, we got a couple of minutes before we go to Weird News. I'm going to do Unwrapped Treasures now, so just bring up any song you want to for the background. I'll leave it to you. Engineer's Choice.
Engineer's Choice. Well, if we're going to do that, we're going to stay right where we always stay.
Okay.
So that would be...
I don't think we can use that one because YouTube keeps shutting us out.
Oh, really?
So we got to kill that one.
Are you seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the music that caused us problems.
Really? Well, I wonder if this one will cause you any problems here, JPEG. Let's see.
Okay, let's try it.
All they can do is say, chop! Back to editing.
All right, here we go.
So if the video ends up with no sound, you'll
So just back it down a little bit.
Yeah, just back it down a shit. There you go. Saturday, September 13th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and September 14th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is the 24th annual Prince Jonah Kuhaiho Hualua Pacific Islands Festival. Don't ask me to repeat that.
And I didn't read that one.
I know you didn't.
Sure.
I know you didn't.
Right.
Henderson Events Plaza, 200 Water Street and Water Street District. Free admission. Get into the Aloha spirit with one of the Valley's biggest Pacific Islander celebrations. Travel to a tropical paradise and immerse yourself in the culture with the sights, sounds, and smells of Hawaii, Tahiti, and the Samoan Islands. Enjoy traditional island entertainment, crafts, and food, as well as a health fair and seminars. For more information, please visit hendersonlive.com or you may call 702-267-2171.
I don't know if it's in there, and maybe I should let you finish before I tell everybody about the one that's going on over on Grand Canyon. Or is that part of your Unwrapped Treasures?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This weekend is the San Gennaro Festival. Right?
Yeah.
And it's over there on Grand Canyon off Flamingo. And got a lot of food out there. Little pricey, but some very, very good old-fashioned funnel cakes. Italian food.
Vendors, rides.
It's a lot of fun.
I think there's a small admission fee, isn't there?
Yeah, I think it's $10 per person.
But free parking.
If you can find a spot.
Exactly.
But it's a fun thing to take the family to, and if you want to go and grab a bite to eat there and watch the free concert, that's not terrible either.
Absolutely. Saturday movie matinee, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Saturday, September 13th at 2 p.m. at the Jewel Box Theater at the Clark County Library, 1401 East Flamingo Road. Steve Rogers continues his journey as the superpowered American soldier who's grasping to find his place in a modern world after being frozen in ice since World War II. With this Marvel Studios sequel, Chris Evans returns to star with Samuel L. Jackson and Scarlett Johansson.
Yay. Yay for Scarlett.
And then after that, go down to the district at the Green Valley Ranch because the outdoor picture show is...
Let me guess. Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo is correct. the district of Green Valley Ranch. 2225 Village Walk Drive down in Henderson. Admission is free, so you can check that out and have an all-day Saturday of movies if you'd like.
Can't bring alcohol. Can't bring glass.
No nothing. You got it. And how about next Wednesday? I like this one, the 17th. Munch and Mingle for nonprofits. Did you cover that one?
No, I did not.
There you go. Jewel Box Theater, Clark County Library, 1401 East Flamingo Road. Meet new people or reconnect with friends and colleagues from the local nonprofit community at these no-charge luncheons. BYOL. Bring your own lunch. Coffee and water will be supplied. Don't forget to bring brochures and other information about your organization. Please note this month's meeting is the third Wednesday, because usually it's the fourth. Registration is not required, but for more information, please call 702-507-3421. And that does it for an abbreviated version of Unwrapped Treasures. Just want to let some of the folks know what's going on as we get ready to roll on to Weird News next.
Mr. Cash, big movie fan.
Yes.
Quick question. Who starred in this movie, and what year did the movie Shaft come out?
Well, let's start with the star.
All right.
Richard Roundtree.
Correct.
Okay, and the year, I'm going to say 1973.
1971, sir.
Not bad.
You ready to go to break?
Let's go to break.
All right,
Take
let's
it
do
away.
it.
Weird News next.
You are listening to Vegas Unwrapped right here on a Thursday night edition of Vegas All Net Radio. My favorite topic and my favorite sequence of this whole show is up next. Weird News. Stick around. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, yours truly, the Bobcat JPEG. Down the stretch we go right after this.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. I'm just reading a post here by our friend Kelly on Facebook.
Oh, she's on?
No, she's not on. She was on, but she posted something 17 minutes ago, and I'll just quickly read it. One would think that those that are to help our community in times of crisis would be more compassionate. I have so very little respect for our Las Vegas Metro Police Department and Fire Department. Firefighter tonight at a scene of an accident was a total jack, you know what. She was not involved. All she was there to help. So that's sort of disappointing to hear that.
Especially today.
But regardless, it is what it is. All right. It is that time, Mr. Cash.
I'm ready.
To share with the world that we're not as bad off as we think when it comes to weird news. Why don't you take it away, Mr. Cash?
Well, I'm going to start with the lead story. It says they didn't see this coming, but after reading it, it should be more like, well, how did that work out for you? All right. Number one, German Rolf Buchholz, who owns the Guinness Book of World Record for the most body piercings, 453, said he was upset to be denied entrance into the United Arab Emirates in August to fulfill a performance of sorts at Dubai's Fairmont Hotel. Buchholz said officials gave no explanation, although in addition to the piercings, at least 50 beads stuck to his lips, he also implanted horns in his forehead. You think that's bad? Check this out. Caius Vievis, 33, is similarly concerned about his forehead horns. While preparing for trial in Hamden, Massachusetts, in a gruesome 2011 triple murder, he decided to freshen up somewhat by removing his spikes from his nostrils, but still needs the judge's help to warn prospective jurors not to presume guilt from his 6 horns in his head.
Jeez.
Man,
anybody get the point on that one or what?
Oh, listen.
Hey, speaking of weird news, did you hear about the SUV truck that ran into the stratosphere last night?
No.
Seriously.
No.
The guy was coming in through the valet section, decided to turn right, and he crashed right through the front entrance at the stratosphere because the guy was looking to commit suicide. Seriously, it was all over the news last night. Check it out. All right, speaking of which, least competent criminals.
And we always say that nothing weird happened here in Vegas.
This is under least competent criminals. Bright ideas. Bradley Hardison, age 24, on the lam in the English City, North Carolina area from 2 break-in charges. Nonetheless, decided to enter a newsworthy contest in August. You ready for this?
Tell me what he did.
A public donut eating competition in which police officers and firefighters were his competitors. Hardison managed to win.
No way.
Downing 8 donuts in 2 minutes, thus attracting even more attention. After one officer recognized him, he fled, but was easily caught.
Of course he was caught.
And lastly, recurring theme, Raymond Betson became the most recent perp in July in Swanley, England, to intend to break into a store, this time a money-lending store, by ramming the wall with a digger.
A digger?
But broke through the wrong wall, and then another wrong wall after that. Police were summoned by the commotion and arrested him.
It's unbelievable.
I guess he needed Frank Collada's help. Frank must not have been available.
Oh, man. Hole in the wall gang.
I love you, Frank.
Everybody duck.
Well, you know, some of the best news of the weird ones come from foreign countries.
Yes.
So now we're going to talk,
because we can never understand what they say, but
from the foreign press.
All right.
After police issued a plea for help in July to identify the perpetrators of a porn movie filmed inside an Austrian church, in which the actors' faces were obscured, a serious fan of Austrian porn spoke up, naming the 24-year-old female lead.
No.
The nude breasts of the star, he said, were unmistakably those of Babsy, a popular actress, and she was subsequently charged with trespassing in the church.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
A little bit.
Under ironies, in August, a criminology professor at Rome's La Sapienza University arranged a 2-hour guest lecture on, quote, emergency practices by an experienced hand. Francesco Schettino. Does that name ring a bell to anybody?
Oh, of course. Francesca.
Francesca. No, not even. The captain currently on trial in Italy for his role in the sinking of the cruise ship Costa Concordia in 2012 when 32 people died. Said the captain, quote, I was called to speak because I am an expert. I know what to do in these sorts of situations, close quote. Schettino will have to refute alleged evidence that what to do, quote unquote, included running straight for the nearest lifeboat. Can't make this stuff up, I'm telling you.
You know, couples do have their problems.
Yes, they do.
And many of those couples' problems lead to divorce.
Uh-oh.
But listen to this one. Wilfred Mashaya told a magistrate in Harare, Zimbabwe, in June that he wanted to divorce his wife. Why? Because when they sleep together, she would not even make any sexual sound, which was to him unbearable. The magistrate took the case under advisement.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness gracious. Dilemmas of the 1%. In July, New York City approved construction of a 33-story condominium apartment tower housing both luxury units, 219 of them facing the Hudson River, and affordable units, 55 of them facing the street, with separate entrances so the beautiful people could avoid the more downscale. The developer, Extel, said it deserves credit for carving out the affordable units because the luxury units are more profitable.
Unbelievable.
Segregation?
What was the odds on that?
Wow.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you?
All right, here we go, the continuing crisis.
Uh-oh.
After several contestants in the 2013 World Swimming Championships in Barcelona, Spain, remarked that the races in lane 5 to 8 seemed to swim a little faster than those in lane 1 to 4.
Hey, that's like your old water theory for being warmer.
That's right.
Yeah.
2 researchers investigated further and concluded in July that there was a rogue current on lane 8 side of the pool. I believe it. In fact, most of the losers swam in lane 1, and the lane 8 swimmers produced a glut of medals, and wrote the researchers, a current would be the only cause that we can propose to explain these findings.
Absolutely, not that skill set would have anything.
No, never.
You have one last quick one? Otherwise, we're wrapped up. Got another small one there?
Well,
because I shut down the computer.
Okay, I'll do this last one. Oh, you did the iron? Oh, no. Did you do the... Yes, you did that one, too.
All right, well, that does it for
There you
go. Weird news, as we've covered all that can be covered.
You sure?
I don't know. You got.
Do you have one more?
Yeah, I got one more.
All right.
Reader's Choice. The tornado that ripped through Kingsport, Tennessee on July 27th damaged Jared Christian's house, leaving furniture and tools strewn about his lawn. Unfortunately, according to the police, who filed 4 charges against him the next day, some of the items, an air compressor, a welder, a ratchet, an air hose, and a weed trimmer, happened to belong to his neighbor. Oh no! Who had long suspected without proof that Christian had burglarized their home.
Oh no!
Gotcha, baby. Gotcha.
Oh man! All right.
Quick news flash for you, sir.
Go for it.
I know you're a big pro wrestling fan.
Yes.
Today we lost former WCW, WWE, and MMA fighter Sean Christopher Hare. Died today, 43.
Actually, he passed away yesterday from suicide.
Was it Yahoo?
They found him hanging.
Well, Yahoo's running behind today, then.
Yes, Yahoo's running behind. But yes. Anyway. That does it for tonight's shenanigans.
Yeah, that's great. Let's leave on a freaking suicide. Just terrific. Kind of makes this week just perfect. Just freaking perfect.
They're going to screw you, I'm telling you.
Sometimes you just can't follow up with anything.
And they gave us an award? What, are you kidding me?
We better check the recount. Were there any Chads on that voting process? I don't know. Anyway, we want to thank you for listening. Next week's show, by the way, is
better be calmer than this.
Next week's show, we're going to take more of a serious slant because of our guest next week. In the first hour, Karen Griffin, she is a representative for one of the state coalitions against the Margin Initiative tax, margin number 3. So we have that. Rodney Anderson coming in talking about Home for Vets Now. So we got some interesting guests next week.
Let's see how we can muck that one up.
Check the podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you, JPEG. Thank you, Bobcat. Mr. Cash, be kind to each other, sir.
We are all we have.
Thank God.
Who else would want us?
Have a great week, everybody, from Vegas Unwrapped.